Hello everyone, my name is Andrew, and today we are back with two of the things that I love, anime and comic books. We are here to discuss Suicide Squad, Isekai. Is it going to be bad or is it going to be good? Is it worth watching? So those of you who don't know, I love comic books. So I like DC, I like Marvel, I like Top Cow, I like IDW. There's a few other ones that are just kind of randomly there. So here's the thing you have to learn about comic books as well is that there is a really good bit of gray area of where you can change a character, whether it's their motivations, their race, sex, all of that stuff can sometimes just be randomly changed in some comic books and as we've seen in some movies as well. A lot of people really did not like this idea of it when it was first introduced. So a lot of people are like, oh my god, everyone's doing another world thing. This is so terrible, this and that. Well, let's find out if it is terrible. The show kicks off with Harley and Joker in a car chase and Amanda Walker, who is in charge of the Suicide Squad and a government official, using a mutant or biohuman as a portal to another world. As I said, I'm not going to discuss too much about different character motivations, stuff like that, but I genuinely hate that this Joker drives while playing the piano. You have to play the piano to drive the car. That is the only thing I hate. I don't actually hate the Joker himself because, he has many different motivations. He can be spontaneous. He can have 20,000 backup plans. The only thing that annoys me is that he has to play a piano to drive his car, whereas I could see him playing piano on the back of the car while a minion is driving or something like that, but that part just stupid. They get separated. Harley ends up going to the rooftops to try and travel through while Joker is driving away, and she basically gets captured by Katana, and it's just the fight scene's a little awkward. It's a little kind of all over the place, but at the same time, I kind of expect that. It's just a little slower than I would have suggested that it would be. She starts to collect her Suicide Squad. It's a bit like the movie, so you do have Harley, you have Deadshot, who never misses, you have King Shark, who's a shark, and you have Peacemaker, and I think the only different one is Clayface, who can transform, if you haven't seen the Harley Quinn show or read comic books. Again, you don't really need to do anything with the Suicide Squad. You can put literally any other characters that you want. There's been so many other characters in it. For instance, you have Reverse Flash, you have Black Manta, you have Cheetah, you have Diablo. You have a lot of characters to choose from, so it doesn't really matter who you put in it. And their fifth character is Rick Flag, but they don't get to see them until later on. All of this is to explore the new world, but also grab resources like water and stuff like that for their world. And they put in bombs in the squads like normal, but this time it's timed to where they have to report to the helicopter that they are being transported in. And if they don't report back within, I think, 72 hours or anything like that, the bombs will go off. Very, very important when it comes to the Suicide Squad. Clayface makes an attempt to escape and leave everybody behind, and everyone manages to just ruin his escape attempt. Why I say this is very important is because that's kind of what the Suicide Squad is based off. Yes, they're all evil villains, but there's always a chance the other person will try and screw over the other person to benefit themselves. It happens on occasion in some of the comic books. It does happen rarely where they do have a cohesive team unit. So this is to be expected. This is a very important feature within the Suicide Squad movies, comics, TV shows. It's a hint of will they or won't they betray him? They're finally breaking out of jail and actually taking over the jail with the help of the prisoners and meeting Rick Flag there. Currently, there two nations at war. You have the Empire and you have the Kingdom, at least as far as I know. Both are probably pricks. Now, we have the Kingdom, who the Queen is just very much of a douche, whatever. And the Princess essentially goes, I want to talk to these other worlders because they could be their savior of this whole fiasco. She asked the famous Knight Ziel of their nation to grab the group and talk to them. The problem is that they do speak different languages for at least 2 of the episodes. Into a very funny scenario where Flag tries to make an attempt at talking their language to them, and it just doesn't really translate very well. And that's another important feature of Suicide Squad, is that it's supposed to have humor in it. And if that humor, the humor is very strange, where it could be a very hit and miss for a lot of people, so I understand if it's not your type of humor, but it's hilarious to me. Finally get to the royal court, and it turns out that Amanda Waller did try to send people there before, and they betrayed them because she didn't put a bomb in their neck, essentially. And now the Queen is holding Rick Flag hostage and asking the Suicide Squad to kind of clean up their mess. Mind you, the clock is still running on their explosives to get to that helicopter, and Rick Flag is the only person that kind of knows where to go to get that radio signal. The first one, and they meet Ratcatcher, and they tear down his whole operation and take back a castle that was once the Kingdom's. Now they destroy the place, and it turns out Katana ends up saving Ratcatcher and taking him to a safe location, and Harley has a grudge against her, obviously. Happy to report that it's actually pretty good. So they do a good thing on their perspective of like what the Suicide Squad's about. So obviously you have will they, won't they, betray each other, teamwork, they have humor, they have the violence down, and they also have like the, oh, we're being told what to do, this feels unfair kind of point of view. And it also keeping in the fact that they are villains still. They are just rude and brash and just looking out for themselves at the same time. I like this because it could offer up other animes that we could get for Suicide Squad and changing the characters. Like I said, there's so many, like Diablo, Cheetah, Black Manta, Reverse Flash, all those characters that I had named before. Boomerang. You have a lot of characters that you could just integrate, take out, replace, remove, whatever. And I think it'd be very interesting. I give this a solid 8 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me see if you agree, you disagree, if you think that it could be a lot better and why, or if it's pretty good and why. Hope your day is as awesome as you are, and I will see you in the next video.